Good morning and welcome to the new edition of Dr.Lamba's Awakening Call. The talk of genocide is in the Ontario legislature in Canada has gone through two readings of a private member bill. And amazingly, this private member bill by an NDP member has been passed unanimously in the first reading and the second reading. Even the conservatives, the liberals supported the bill, and there was not a single vote against the bill at either the first reading or the second reading. I have met a couple of MPPs belonging to the Conservative Party, and they said, well, it was a party decision. Now, these very MPPs have been talking against the very concept of genocide in India. And while in the legislature they were deaf, dumb and mute. As a matter of fact, they are the worst type of the hypocrites I've ever seen. Outside the legislature, they claim themselves to be the representatives of Indo-Canadian community. Inside, they are partisans and they want only to speak on those issues which would not sully their reputation, even with the minority fringe of the lunatics who talk of Khalistan. As I said, the word genocide is often bandied about very loosely. And it is bandied about not only about India but also about USA. Is there a genocide, and was there a genocide in India, or has there ever been genocide in America? A genocide is an act of mass annihilation of typically millions of people. You remember, the Jews and Gypsies have been the victims of genocide. Over 11 million Jews and Gypsies were killed. Or what happened in Bangladesh? Up to 3 million were believed to be slaughtered. What happened to Armenia? Over 1 million lost their lives. And what Hitler did was so enormous that the genocide was replaced by the word Holocaust. Genocide has been typically told to be mass annihilation with and through the instruments of the government. That means the government is actually participating. And it has never happened in India and never happened in USA. Both India and USA are liberal secular democracies with a separate state enshrined in their respective constitutions. US is just shy of 2/3 non-Hispanic white Christians. India is about 80% Hindu. The main racial minority today in USA are blacks. In India, the main minority is Muslim, and they are about 14%. I do not deny that the blacks in America and the Muslims in India share a common lot. Both of them are ghettoized communities, and that is because of their own intentions. Nobody forces them. They tend to congregate in groups so that they are impervious to the social change. And I don't deny that this calls for a resentment from others, especially when people like the former Prime Minister of India, Manmohan said, Muslims have the first right on the national resources. Stupid, isn't it? Yet both countries have elected minorities. Blacks in USA, Muslims in India, to the top constitutional jobs. Barack Hussein Obama, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad and Abdul Kalam. They have been the presidents. Both represented minorities. And now nobody can say that a country where genocide of the minority would take place, they would have been elected. They say that in India, presidency is ceremonial, but can be counter-argued that the very powerful Prime Minister of India could have been a minority, and it has been. Look at Manmohan Singh. Some Indian minorities bemoan that they chose India to go over to Pakistan in 1947. They don't need to bemoan anymore, they can still go there. Some Khalistanis say it was wrong to join India. Then what to do? Would they like to remain in Pakistan, where every third day there is a news of a Sikh girl being kidnapped, raped, forced to become a Muslim, or married against her will? If they want to go to Pakistan, why not? But they have no right at vivisection of the Indian society. What unfortunately happens is that the so-called pseudo-secularists and left-wing journalists in India indulge in India bashing to get published in the Western publication. But West is the same majority-minority issue. And Jesus talked of one who cast the first stone. Many Westerns claim to adhere to Jesus' dictum, but they love to cast the first stone at India. They talk of killing Muslims and Sikhs. And the reporting in US paper about India is consistently negative. The deaths of the USA are talked about. But do the Indian journalists talk about the negatives in USA? No, they don't. And do you ever see an American reporter or even an Indian journalist talking about the shortcomings and the mistreatment of the blacks? They won't. It's a free world. India and USA are freer than most of the world. Breaching each other's reputation is easy. And India basically can give you fame. And this is what the private member did. He had ulterior purpose. He did the same what earlier another Sikh MP of the Liberal Party had done. But at that time, the motion couldn't get past the second stage. Here it has passed the second stage. And the fault lies with the Conservative government. The Conservative House of Leaders was stupid enough to accept this motion, and if the motion had been accepted, it should have been debated. And the vote should have been called for, and the motion should have been thrown the garbage bag. Evidently, the Indo-Canadian MPPs did not want to lose their base. One of the MPPs represents that constituency, which is predominantly inhabited by the Khalistani Sikhs, Malta. Now how could he oppose that and hope to be re-elected? So self-interest overcame all procedures, all sense of parliamentary system. Now imagine, this is an issue pertaining to the internal affairs of another country, with whom you don't have the best of relations thanks to the Prime Minister's action. If you pass this bill, eventually, and the Conservative MPPs are hoping that it will die a natural death because the Parliament will be pro. Well, if it dies a natural death, it's a saving for them because they will have both the cake and eat it. They did not oppose the bill, so the Khalistan minority is happy with them, and outside they can pose to be the champions of secularism and non-interference in the affairs of other countries, and then get the vote. But the reality is, they have been dishonest, incompetent, and absolutely unfit to be legislated. Unfit to be legislated because they did not think it proper to oppose it. Leave aside the genocide part. The federal government has a right, a certain right, to talk about the affairs of a foreign country, not a provincial government. Foreign affairs and the global affairs are not in the purview of the province. So how could the provincial parliament pass a bill? Second, is it not an interference in the internal affairs of the government? How would they feel? Let's say tomorrow, a state in India protests against the permission granted to the mosques to pray or broadcast the azan. And they will immediately say, no, this is our internal affair. What is sauce to the goose is sauce to the gander. If you object that nobody should poke his nose in your affairs, you have no right to poke your dirty running nose in the affairs of others. So, they have violated the diplomatic, undeclared diplomatic law. You do not interfere with that. You do unto others as you wish that they do to you. That biblical injunction has been violated. And then, was it a genocide? It was a riot. Do we forget that before 1984, Blue Star operation was undertaken, 36,000 Hindus have been killed by declaring Khalistan. I'm accept. I may not be wearing a turban today because my arm cannot function properly and I cannot tie a turban with one hand. But I'm accept. And I was there in Delhi at that time. They was winking at the riot and the killing of the innocent people. Let me deny it was the most horrible thing. Even I was to be escorted by the Air Force. Can you believe it? Even I had to get Air Force protection and move about. Ordinary people did suffer. It was something horrible. But was the government responsible? No. It was a political party responsible. The political party gave directions that the police shall not intervene. And once the Prime Minister had been sworn in, the funeral army moved in and things were okay. Genocide, if it was to be there, should have continued after that. And it should not have been 3,000 to 4,000 people. It should have been 30,000 people or 300,000 people or 3 million people. No, not that. To call it a genocide is a misnomer. It was at the most a rioting. It was a planned rioting, where innocent were killed. But are the other parties absolutely innocent? No. Killing 36,000 people, innocent people, dragging them out of the buses, looting, putting arsenal in the Golden Temple. Was that justified? No. But nobody says that, at least not these Palestinians. The other day I was talking about the attempt of a certain clique of one MPP, two councillors, to convert Brampton into a Khalsa city. It's the same group which propped up this motion in Ontario Parliament and got it passed unanimously. My cause is not against that MPP. They have their own agenda. Fine. They have every right to promote their agenda. Even if it's wrong, because it's right, let the people reject it. But my cause is against those MPPs who claim that they oppose the bill, and yet in the Parliament they supported it. The plea taken that it was the party discipline shows their moral bankruptcy. And when I told it to one of the lecturers, I pointed out, I said, look here, in the time of war, if there was a consensus objector, you can refuse to fight a war. You can be punished. The party could have suspended these activities, fine. But the suspension will be for a couple of months. And when they talk of the parliamentary procedure, stupidly enough, they forget that the small male of my little Pinky has forgotten more about the legislature process in the parliamentary system than they have ever learnt in their whole lifetime. They can make fool of people who are ignorant. But the reality is that they are double-faced hypocrites. They want to be on the run with the hare and hunt with the hound. They support the bill because they don't want to annoy the Khalistani segment of electorate. And the moment they are out, they take the plea of the party discipline and irrelevant parliamentary procedure to say, why did they not call the meeting of the legislative party and put the House leader on the mat? House leader is not Pope that who can do no wrong. Did any MPP do it? No. The whole thing smacks of incompetence, dishonesty, hypocrisy, sham, and cant, and ignorance of the real situation. The whole thing smells. No, it stinks. It stinks of the MPPs, it stinks of the legislature as a whole. And then somebody was saying that, look, the party leadership has come up. Why? The political leadership is always about creating divisions. They say if the horse falls, it's a pleasure, and if the rider falls, it's a double pleasure. Here, the ruling clique would like to keep the people divided so that their vote banks are safe. They can appeal to the different vote banks and keep on getting elected. But these MPPs who represent the community had a bounden duty. And then, if by winking at a motion which has no relevance, they can assume to be the heroes and the representatives of this small but vocal minority, committed minority, why should they not do it? They are killing two birds with one stone. My growth is against them that they have violated the principle of diplomacy and the international relations. My growth against these MPPs that they have violated all moral code. Now the ball is in the public court. Do these people deserve to be your representatives? Is the Ontario legislature unfit to be called a legislature, or is it a partisan group out to spoil relations with the greatest democracy of the world, the largest democracy of the world, the most secular-minded country, which has always given refuge, right from the times of Zoroastrians when they were ousted from Iran. The first Muslim mosque was built in India, not in Arab. And those people are being called the perpetrators of a crime. Shameful. And it hurts when the legislature of a country which prides itself on being a member of the Commonwealth and maintaining friendly relations all over the world indulges in this petty folly. It saddens when the people's representatives are double-faced, hypocritical, full of dishonesty, and have no shame about their actions. It's distasteful when the people are deluded into believing such charlatans. I can simply say, to hell with them. It won't matter a little bit even if the resolution is passed, except to show that these people are unfit to be called either the representatives or even human beings. Think about it. Thank you.